Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Tritoncraft. Got some ancient debris here for you if you want to netherite up your tools and your gear and your everything else. I've only got 2 pieces of it though. I did, however, during my last live stream, find enough to upgrade one of my Silk Touch pickaxes with netherite. So we do have one netherite tool, but I obviously need a whole heck of a lot more of it. I also, guys, I got to ride a strider. You use the little fungus on a stick and you stick a saddle on it just like a pig and you just kind of guide it around across the lava oceans. It's really fun. I mean, as fun as riding a giant head can be. Basically, it's just a giant head with legs. They're really cute, though. I really love those things. And I have been so busy actually just cleaning house in the new nether biomes. Look at all this basalt that I've picked up here. All this polished stuff that I've made. Blackstone, we've already got a ton of it. I've actually got a bunch of it in my inventory here. We actually probably should get rid of a bunch more of this as well, because I've basically just been kind of going ham in there in the new nether biomes, collecting up. Look, 42 of the gilded blackstone there. And the polished, we've got some polished I've made up here. We've got a whole bunch of this cracked as well. Plus, our blocks from the Crimson and Warped Forest. I decided to put all these in the same chest because I figured it'd probably be easier than doing really anything else. What we're going to do in this episode, I was trying to think of like cool things I can do in this episode. I've got the tunnel project. We've got all the projects we've got going on at the new area. But just because we just had the nether update, I really kind of want to focus a little bit more on doing some more stuff with this nether update and having a little bit more fun with it, I suppose. Fun is kind of the right word, right? Do I have anything else in any of these ender chests in here? Let me check. I don't know if I actually have anything else in these or not. No, I don't. They're all empty. So we have all of our stuff in here for our big tunnel project still, apparently, so we're not going to really be too worried about that. We've got to take care of a couple of different things. Look, we've even got netherite storage in here. There's none in here, though, unfortunately. I need to get some more stuff, and I need to get it stuck in there and get it all taken care of. We've also got a free chest down here, because I was moving some stuff around in here, obviously making room for the new blocks like soul soil. And then we also have things over here like chains. You can get chains and stuff in the game now, which is just amazing. I'm going to stick this fishing rod away. I know they have a chest. I was like, I know they have one. You know what I need to do really soon, guys? We have to go on an end run. 48 shulker boxes is all we've got left, and we have no elytra. And because I've died, as you guys might have seen in the end of the last video, even though I did get the elytra back. But I did have to make a whole new set of armor, which took me an eternity of running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to the Guardian farm to get all the gear and everything that you need to kind of do that. Hello, kitty. You know, it just takes forever. It just takes forever. So, you know, we've got a ton of different stuff going on here. This nether gold ore, you get so many gold nugs from breaking this stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of ridiculous. I have this TNT on me because I was doing some TNT blasting in the nether, actually doing my mining for ancient debris. And I think that's one thing we're going to kind of set aside for now. I'm going to stick the rest of that TNT back in there because I'm going to just basically, because Azuma was doing it, because I guess Nembomb was doing it as well. Just using beds because they have a bigger blast radius. And they're blast resistant blocks, so you can't blow them up. So it just makes sense, kind of. It's kind of a cool idea. It's just really fun to kind of grab a whole bunch of beds. We did build that wool farm, if you guys recall. We have a ton of sheep, so it's not like we really need to kind of worry about anything. So I say we do it. I say we're going to grab a bunch of beds. We're going to grab a whole bunch of other gear here, and I kind of just thought of the other block that we can kind of put over in this storage space over here, even though I did stick it over here before. It's the crying obsidian. We can use the crying obsidian to kind of stick that in that space over there. It's kind of a nice place to put it. This is a beautiful block. A lot of these blocks in this nether update are just gorgeous, guys. Just gorgeous. I absolutely love all these things. And they look absolutely amazing. The crying obsidian you find, of course, in bastions, and you find it from the portals, from the old portals and stuff. You can grab it from those as well. So I think that's a kind of a cool use for that. We'll use that in that way as well, and we'll chuck these in here. I mean, I don't know how much of that stuff I'm really ever going to find, but it just kind of is what it is. But this episode, I was going to mention what we were going to do. This episode is going to be dedicated wholesale to beautifying this area over here. We are going to do a lot of work over here because this area has been neglected, sadly. This area has been just woefully neglected, guys. We should do more stuff over here. We should bring some new block types over here from our Nether, from their 1.16 update. We've got all this new stuff that we can constantly use here from the new update, where we should bring some new block types in here and throw some different things in here, like our polished basalt, like all that different stuff. I'm really loving the polished basalt, especially because it looks like a petrified tree. Think of the possibilities for a petrified tree over in the new area where we've got all the other build stuff going on. I mean, really, there's so much we're going to be able to do with it. We need some more rockets. I got to get some more rockets. I also need to go AFK at that creeper farm again, so that way I can do more with that. We're going to stick this ancient debris away in here in our stash. We've got one piece of netherite in here already, I believe. Yep, there it is, netherite scrap. I'm just going to wait until I get a lot more of this ancient debris before I really worry about it. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff I've got to pick up and collect, and then I'm going to meet you guys in the warped forest. So if you guys haven't seen this yet either, oh, it's already on me. I've already got it on me, this super hoe. Basically, I mean, guys, you can use a hoe, like, it has a lot of uses now. Like, they actually added a lot of uses, including in the new forests. Basically, nether wart blocks, warped wart, all those different kinds of blocks. You use the hoe to harvest those. And we're going to need to get a bunch of bone meal. I'm actually going to just grab you know what? We're going to go over to the skeleton spawner, and we're going to pick up a bunch of the gear over there, because I also want to make some dispensers. They changed that rule. I think I might have mentioned that in a previous thing, but they changed that rule where you can just use broken bows now to craft dispensers. You do not need to have fully repaired bows, which makes me really mad, because I just built a whole bunch more to build that wool farm. And if I'd known the Nether update was so close, I would have just waited, because that took me forever to constantly be getting a ton of levels to repair a bunch of bows and whatnot. It's just such a pain. I know, I just need to build the string farm, the spider farm, but I haven't done it yet, guys. I haven't done it yet. So let me just go and collect a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to meet you guys in a warped forest over in the Nether, and we are going to be collecting a ton of wood, because the first thing I'm going to tackle over here in terms of beautifying and kind of upgrading and adding a little bit of detail in this area is we're going to be upgrading our kelp farms, which of course we know are now working again, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to see you guys in a few minutes. Hang on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the warped forest, because we are going to be collecting a whole bunch of stuff here that I want to use to do some upgrades. Oh boy. I keep apparently seeing these endermen. I should probably turn around so that that hopefully doesn't happen again, because yeah, they spawn a lot in the warped forest. I have come to find here, and of course with fixing the spawning rules, which, guys, has been working amazingly, by the way. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So let's make sure we're kind of ready to go. But basically we have to see, there's so many of them. There's like 4 more of them all over here. Look at this. This is crazy. I could almost make an enderman farm here. But yeah, we are just going to take a lot, especially of these wood blocks. We need a lot of these wood blocks here, but we're also going to take, obviously, the warped wart here, because we want to use this for stuff as well. Be a kind of cool accent block, I think, to make a little bit of a difference here. Break these vines here. Ooh, did I just get more of those because I have fortune on this hoe? I don't know. I don't know how fortune works with a hoe. This is a whole wide new world to me, guys. Fortune on a hoe. I don't really know how to behave with it. I don't really know. But yeah, we're gonna just kind of take a little bit of time, and pretty much, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, we're pretty much just gonna rip this entire biome apart. Like, most of it's just gonna go completely. So yeah, I am going to take a little bit of time here. We might chuck a time lapse in here or something like that. I don't know. I can't reach these blocks. La 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 la. I need to just grab some netherrack here real quick, just to kind of have a few blocks to do something with or whatever. Actually, let's grab some of this. Yeah, warped nillium. That's fine. Grab some of that. So that way we can actually utilize some of these blocks, and we can bounce all over the place. We're obviously going to be going up and down different terrain here and whatever. Yeah, give me that too. We're taking literally everything. We're going to strip this entire warped forest out of here. But then what I'm going to do is... Oh, is that lava down there? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that at all. But yeah, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to kind of rip everything. Oh, yeah, this is kind of right over lava. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, because I can grow more of these with the warped fungus. I just got to go grab some warped fungus, and I can grow more of these if I really need to. So I'm not really all that concerned about it. But yeah, we're basically going to just strip most of this biome right the heck out of here, and, you know, just use a lot of these blocks. I've got to upgrade our kelp farms when we get back. I actually went through while I was off camera there, and I actually went through and I completely replaced all the kelp in there just to make sure if there were any lingering issues, like any kelp that hadn't grown or was stuck on the single level, especially at the bottom, just to make sure I cleared all that out of there. And I got to tell you guys, like I went to do like one other thing. I also cured all of my my villagers, which is amazing now. I love that we can do that in Bedrock. We can cure them to get better trade deals. All of my farmers, I should say. It was all my farmers. I cured all of my farmers, and now I can buy golden carrots for 1 emerald. I can trade melons and pumpkins for 1 emerald. Oh, it's, well, yeah, 1 for emeralds instead of a whole, you know, stack of them or whatever. You know, it's just amazing. It's so, so nice how many things that we've just been missing that we just haven't had, that Bedrock has just been missing forever, and now we have it. Now we have all those different things that kind of give us a little bit of that parity that we've always been looking for and hoping for with Java. So it's always really, really nice to have that. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling on here, and we've got a lot of this Nilium to rip out of here and a lot of ground to cover here. So I'm going to join you guys again. Like I said, we might chuck a time lapse in here or something. I'm not 100% sure. So I will be back later. All right, guys, welcome back. And we are... So this is kind of one of the things I'm going to be doing here to accent these things. Now, there are certain things on these builds that I can't touch. For instance, I can't touch this monstrosity. This thing, I cannot touch this. Because that's where the redstone is. If I open that up at all, water will flood in there and it will completely destroy everything. So I'm not touching that. So basically we're left to kind of try to update and upgrade this thing aesthetically through the outside here. Now these are 2 concepts I've come up with, and basically I decided honestly to use this. This is warped wart, and this is of course the warped wood, warped stem, I guess. So here's the thing. This is a little too busy for this because it doesn't really merge very well with the cobblestone texture, but this is technically wood. What if we strip this? This is what I was really thinking all along, was to strip these and stick these in here and see what that looks like. See what I kind of think about it. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the warped wart better, because it's got a little bit more of a texture to it, like the cobblestone. So it kind of feels like it matches more. It kind of feels like it belongs here more, as opposed to the cobblestone, this, which is just, it's a little bit more smooth. And it's not that I dislike this necessarily. I just think it's not quite what I'm looking for. So I think we are going to go with the warped wart here. So we're going to chip this back out of here. And we're going to replace that all in there. I got to make sure we get all 20 blocks back. There should be 20 of these. Where are they? Because I don't want any of them to go into the system here. Oh, I need those. These are the ones I actually need. I like this because it's got that texture to it. If you look at it, it's just got a little bit of texture to it. And it just looks great, I think. I really, really think it just adds a little bit of something. A little bit of something. I could also add something in here at the top aesthetically, like somewhere along in here. A lot of this stuff that's in here now, like these observers, these basically just don't go to anything. These are part of the old redstone system. The only thing I can't open up is the middle here. Like I can open up all the rest of this if I wanted to add some more of this kind of inside here. And I could also maybe use the warped stems for that as well. Like we could really think, but that by itself, all of a sudden, this is a much different thing. And I also love the texture of this kind of in here for the color, because of course we've got this monstrosity up here. And I mean, really, we could even think about maybe adding the warped wart somewhere into this build as well. Like it could even become a part of this in some way or another. I don't necessarily know how. I'm kind of all over the place with this thing. I don't really know necessarily what the best thing to do with it would be, because I just haven't had time to work on it lately. It's just one of those projects that I'll end up finishing it a year from now. I really wish I had the time to play Minecraft way more often, because I would honestly knock out so many of these big projects that are just still in some stage of completion or another. But I really like this. I really, really think that this adds a lot, and I mean a lot, to this build. I really do. And the inside is going to be changed as well. So we're also going to come in here. We're going to do these inside tracts as well. And I think we're going to do these all the way to the top, even though... Well, you know what we should do? I wonder if we should do that on the inside of this as well. Kind of. I'm thinking we should. Because we're still kind of in a position here where it's like, well, it doesn't look the best. So if we take out, like, this guy here. But again, this is all just filled with solid blocks now, so nothing's going to hurt any redstone or anything now if we take this out of here. And we could even pull that observer out of there if we really want to. But if we stick these warp blocks up to the top here, and we come over here and we'll do the same thing. I'm good. Am I really one short? Seriously? Where's my shulker? Oh. Fine. There we go. All right, yeah. See, I got tons of this stuff. I got a bunch of the wood, too. But the stems, honestly, you get way more warped wort than you do stems. Will allow me to reclaim some of the observers from here, too. This is just one of those things, like, I just didn't ever build these. You know, these are old-style Minecraft, Nick. These are just old-school stuff. And I'm just not the biggest fan of this kind of stuff anymore. I can do so much better in terms of a build. I can make things look so much better. I was almost thinking of putting, like, a line of this going across the top of here. But I would flood the redstone. Like, you see that right here? If I take this observer out, it will flood the redstone. Because that observer is the only thing really keeping anything blocked in there, to be 100% honest. So I think we're kind of stuck with the, the only way we could do it. So let's just pilot this live here, okay? You guys are gonna ride this train with me. I have conduit power, but I'm floating in the water, so my pickaxe isn't gonna just go crazy, which I kind of like. It is netherite too, so it would probably go through it even faster. So I'm kind of deliberately trying to float in the water. I mean, most of these places, obviously, I don't have a choice, but even over by the door, I was deliberately still trying to float. So that way I'm not doing anything necessarily, you know? Yes, I wonder if we just run a line of this all the way across. We could even leave the observer there and this, you know, oh, maybe it's like, it's still kind of part of the old aesthetic or something, but I kind of like that a lot too. I really kind of like that a lot as well. And yeah, this entire inside post is going to be removed as well. Which means what we honestly need to do is we need to find our output chest for or our output area for this, which is going to come right down here, and it's going to be in this pipe right here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to pink and bam. So there we go. That's back in place. So now this side is done. So this is kind of what we're looking at aesthetically. Like, it's just going to add a little bit more color, a little bit more life, a little bit more vibrancy. Obviously, we're going to transform this down here too. We're not just going to leave that as is. But I think it helps. I think it does a lot. I'm really a big fan of it. And again, we're just going to leave this kind of as is down here, with the cobblestone going across the bottom, because the cobblestone's kind of the frame of the structure almost. We could always also, because this is ice on the underside of here, we could just take this out and we could just go right up the middle of this with the warped wart, just like that. We could just do something like that too. So we're just putting these nice bands of green in it, and I kind of like that we're just adding this much extra color depth to it. And I love the way that this looks too. I do love the way that line looks going across the top there. It does match with the colors from the prismarine and everything, so it fits in that regard. It looks really good in that regard. I'm really kind of honestly very happy with that. I just don't know why this thing hasn't fired in a while. I figured it would have fired by now. I'm going to make sure that clock is on. It might not be on for some reason. Maybe I turned it off. I don't know. I can't tell you from one moment to the next what I'm thinking or what I'm doing. And yeah, I cured all of these farmers out there. The ones at the volcano. My farmers that are going to make up my trading outposts later in the future. Or my market. I'm going to build a market out there. And that's basically what they're gonna fill up. This thing is still going, huh? I emptied out a ton of this stuff, and I mean a ton of it. So that way, hopefully these can build up some XP. I honestly don't know. If you guys know in the comments, because I might look it up between now and then, but if I don't, do you guys know if they fixed bedrock XP stacking in furnaces? I don't know if they did. I can't remember it being announced as part of this. Oh, this clock is off over here. These ones are off over here. Is this one on over here? This one should be on. No, they're both off. Oh, you know what? I turned them off in order to... Oh, you know what I also have to do? Is there's a ton of fuel just sitting in here waiting to go into the system, too. So, yes, fire that thing off. So, yeah, we're going to disperse that fuel because a lot of these things emptied right out. There we go. That one's finally stacking up now. There we go. So, I mean, even from up here, when you look down at this, like, you just see that extra splash of color down there. It just makes it look a lot better now, I feel. I'm a big fan of it. And what I'm kind of just eager to see now is just to see how much kelp growth we get in between cycles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here. Hopefully there's no drowned around. I don't see any down here. We're going to stand here. I want to watch how high this kelp grows after it breaks. So we're going to cut into some super fast time-lapse action here. And we're going to see how much kelp actually grows in the system once it breaks. I'm actually going to disconnect this thing again once the system actually breaks. I think this one down here fired off. Yes, it did. It looks like it. So yeah, once this breaks and once all of our kelp empties out, I'm going to I'm going to break the hopper. So I'll rejoin you guys, and then we're going to do a really quick time lapse, blaze through, see how much kelp we actually get from one harvest of a full farm. Okay, so we're going to go see exactly how much is going to get stored up in our thing here. Some of this, I don't know why, it seems to linger down at the bottom here until like one piece grows or something, and then like it floats up. I don't know, some of it just seems to get stuck. So like this stuff, it's like really lagging behind. So we're going to see exactly how much of this stuff is getting produced in basically one cycle as it goes up there. I think it's about 5 minutes, roughly. There we go. We should start seeing some stuff come over here now. You have to remember we have 8 of these, and about every 5 minutes they're getting harvested, so hopefully the math will kind of check out for us. I think that should be everything in terms of any stragglers floating up or doing whatever. So now we should get kind of a final count in here. What do we got? So about a half a stack. That's not terrible, but you multiply that by 8 farms. That's about 4 stacks of kelp every 5 minutes, give or take. Which isn't super productive, but it at least is productive. You know, and you're not going to be using the farm. You're not going to be sitting here using it literally all the time, you know? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's not too terrible. Kind of liking that. And see, this is the thing that's bugging me, though, and I'm not 100% sure why this is doing this. But this is something I actually noticed earlier, too, when I was working in here. This hopper, for whatever reason, this is the hopper, of course, for the first one. The kelp is getting stuck on it. See it stuttering like that, though? I don't know why it's stuttering like that. That's weird. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I wonder if that's got to be server performance or something. And so what's happening is I think that the items, like, because of that stutter, they're kind of just getting stuck in there. Let's see. We're going to chuck this down to one of these furnaces on the ends down here. Yeah, there we go. What about this guy? No, maybe not him. What about you? Yeah, you take that. So yeah, so that's a little weird. I don't know why that's doing that, but the problem is once it starts doing that, the items will just continue to group up there. Like, they won't stop grouping there, which is kind of frustrating. So I don't know 100% why that's doing that, but, I mean, at the very least... Oh, that one was empty. Oh, well, whatever. Or at least full most of the way down. Which is kind of the point. We want to fill up everything literally all the way down. But, I mean, obviously that's just going to take some doing. See, I've been having problems like this flying and stuff all night, too. Like, I don't know why. It's been weird. Like, it won't take off. Like, I think it's got to be server issues. It's got to be the realm itself. But yeah, the items will get stuck in there, and then because they're sitting there, other kelp blocks that come flying by are going to stack there. So about a half a stack of items. Like I said, 4 stacks every 5 minutes is not terrible. Not terrible. But given the fact that we have how many smokers in there, it's going to burn through that fuel reserve relatively quickly. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get the rest of these things upgraded, quote-unquote. And outlined with my little detail blocks here with the warped wart. And then we're going to move on to our next upgrade here in the main base area. One of the things that I built a long time ago again. And see, there we go again. I just took off and then immediately flatlined. It's kind of weird. I don't really get it. But yeah, we're going to keep playing around over here. We're going to do a lot more work over here to kind of add a lot more detail and depth to this area. So I will be right back, guys. Welcome back, everybody. And I took a little break from doing some different things over at the original base because I wanted to get some more Netherite, some more ancient debris. And guys, look at this. And this is only after like a little over an hour's worth of digging and mining 29 ancient debris. Loving it. I'm going to get a full stack. I want to get a full stack and then I'll stop because I got a bunch of stuff I want to upgrade. But basically, if you guys haven't seen, I mean, a lot of people have already, you know, been blasting this all over the internet. So I first saw Azuma talk about it and he talked about Nembomb doing it. So basically, because you're in the Nether and you wonder why I'm wearing iron armor, it's because it's all equipped with, well, ooh, let's get the Elytra out of here. Yoink. It's actually much, much cheaper to use beds than it is to actually create and use TNT. And the bed has a bigger explosion. And if you're wearing blast protection armor, you see I'm wearing iron armor with all blast protection 4 all the way across it. So basically you just stick a little bed down in a hole like this and you just go boop, pop it just like that. And then ancient debris is blast proof. So it can't be destroyed by, you know, a bed exploding in the Nether. So basically, if there is any ancient debris in that area, it's going to open the thing wide up, and you're just going to be able to see it, you know, wherever it may happen to lie. Of course, there's none in here. Why would there be? I really wanted to be like all fancy and show you guys off and be like, ooh, guys, look at what I did. I found 6 pieces in one explosion in one of these things here. So this has not taken very long at all. And I mean, you do run into lava and you run into things like that where it can be like a little bit annoying and whatnot. And I want to go up to level 13. So it's most prevalent. Ancient debris is most prevalent on level 15. At least according to the Minecraft wiki. So that's where I'm digging specifically, is trying to find, you see, like there, you know, find lava. You definitely find lava and things of that nature. And it doesn't look like we have any more of it here. Let's see about getting one more explosion in here. Block that off there. I have found a couple of lava ocean bottoms, which is also super exciting. And plus it also does help to just get in here and just be chewing up different resources and stuff too, because sometimes you just happen upon an ancient debris that way when you're digging up quartz or when you're digging up the nether gold, you know? But yeah, I'm really just, you know, amazed at how much of it seems to be around. You know, I mean, granted, it is still pretty rare, but oh boy. I had to get that in there really, really quick because otherwise, otherwise that whole corridor was going to flood and I wouldn't have been able to get back in there. But there we go. We're going to do one more bed here and then I will leave you guys to it. And I will join you guys back over at the main base for the next thing we're going to be upgrading. Well, boop, pop that guy. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I hate it when it catches me on fire. Drives me nuts. Does it so many times, too. See, there we go. We got a piece right there. It's just as simple as that. I mean, and that took me all of, what, 5 minutes? You know, and we've already uncovered a piece. You know, and like I said, sometimes it's more lucrative than that. Sometimes you find even more than one piece. You find 2 or 3, and let's actually, you know, same thing with diamonds. You got to kind of dig around and see if there's any others kind of floating around down here. Nope, and it looks like that's the corridor I was working on last time I was blasting through the nether. But I was blasting too low. I was down at bedrock, like level 5, blasting down there because I figured, oh, maybe it's all the way down here. No, it's actually level 15, according to the wiki, is where it's most common. So you want to basically be on like level 12 or 13 when you're digging. Actually, level 13 puts you at eye level with level 15, especially when you're doing the bed kind of method here. So you're going to basically blow up the most blocks on level 15. So that is it, guys. That's super, super, super cheap and easy way to get ancient debris. Like I said, I can't obviously claim credit for it because it's something I saw Zumavoid talk about, and he got it from Nembomb. And I've also seen, you know, Silent Whisperer talk about it for Bedrock Edition over on YouTube. Like, there's tons and tons of videos popping up all over the place of people basically being like, hey, this is the best method to get ancient debris. And it really, really is. It's just absolutely amazing. We got any more kind of down here? No, it doesn't look like it. Get rid of this lava. If it didn't catch all the netherrack on fire, it'd be a lot like better. It'd be a lot easier to deal with, but I don't know. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna, oh god, where's my sword? I don't have my sword on me. Oh no. Smack you in the face with a netherite pick. Oh boy, we're just gonna leave. We're out of here. I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. Oy vey, get away from me. I'm only wearing crappy iron armor. I went the wrong way to leave. We gotta go back up through here, and then we gotta go probably up around here. There we go. There we go. And of course, this is the Nether, so we really don't care how much of a mess this is by the time we're done. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's a super, super easy way to get ancient debris if you guys were not aware. So make sure you, you know, do some blasting. See what you guys can find out. Oh, I did start another thing on this side. I guess we can just pop a bed in here just to see, even though the other side of this hallway is already opened up, obviously, as you guys can see there. Ow, 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 ow. Stop that. And then, oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, my. So much stuff left to explore in 1.16, but we're going to get back to the base, and we're going to get some stuff done in terms of upgrading, add a little bit of detail, add a little bit of beautification. So I will see you guys back there in, well, that's really close to my face, in just a moment. Well, if it's not one problem, it's another. So I knew that 1.16 was going to break something, and I wasn't 100% sure what it was going to break, but it turns out that it actually broke my melon and pumpkin farm. I'm in a backup of the world right now, so I could change the tick speed and actually check out the tick speed here in 1.16, and you can see that there's plenty of this stuff growing. Plenty of it growing, but you'll notice that none of it is popping off and ending up down here in the water stream, because I noticed after like long time periods of working over here and doing all sorts of different things that I was not collecting any of this stuff, and I started using my food traders again. Even though I have taken their trades, I did zombify them and cure them, so now I can buy golden carrots for 1 emerald. 1 emerald, guys, which is amazing. Oh, now you're down in the shaft. Now you're down. Now you're down. Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, this thing is not producing anything whatsoever. So this melon and pumpkin farm is basically, for all intents and purposes, dead. Just completely and totally dead. I mean, I replaced the old one that was here once upon a time, but now it's looking like I'm going to have to build a completely different one if I want to be able to collect any melons and pumpkins. It's just not like I can't. I just can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. How am I supposed to get my stuff to trade with my boys? Huh? How am I supposed to get all my stuff? But yeah, like literally, I mean, you could see, like I've been standing here ever since we've been in here, nothing has landed in the water here. Absolutely nothing, except for those pumpkins that I just threw in there. And now the game is super, super janktastic because there are thousands of entities probably floating around in this entire area. So this is going to be a future next problem. We're not going to deal with this right now because I have no idea what I'm going to do about this. But I've gotten a bunch of stuff done, and I'm going to get a bunch more stuff done before we finalize this video. So I will be back to show you some progress on a few different things. Woo! Hello, everyone, and welcome back. And I have made... Whoa. Straight into the wall. I wanted that to be all cool and like walk up the stairs and be like, oh, look how cool this is as I walk up the stairs. It's not. You'll also notice I'm walking quite a little bit faster than normal, and that's because we have more beacon effects in the area. I actually ended up using our last beacon, which means I need to go back wither hunting again. But I got a lot of stuff done. We've been incorporating some of these new nether blocks in some of the different areas around here. This is our shulker box full of all the random building materials, and you can see I threw a couple different things in here, like chains which cost a lot of iron that we don't have, by the way, which means I need to prioritize remaking an iron farm because they now work again, or at least they work way better than they did when I tried to build one previously, and it should not be the comedy of errors that it absolutely was. But I'm going to just take you guys around and just show you some of the stuff that I've been doing over to this area. It's been, you know, one of those things where I never wanted to neglect this area. I just kind of got into building the new area. And while I just let inspiration kind of refresh over in that area, and I've still got so many things I want to do over there, so many cool ideas that I have, but I'm just kind of letting those kind of hang as I work on other things. And one of those is, of course, the tunnel that I've been building, but I now decided on a color scheme to go with this. So we went with some oak planks up at the top here, and then I really love this. We're using the gilded blackstone, and then we've got some shroom lights in here behind the honey. And I love that we just have this nice yellow palette here. Of course, we've got ice. This is where the ice boats are going to go. I haven't figured out like a station, quote unquote, for the ice boats. I haven't decided exactly how that's going to be. You see, I've got the basalt kind of leaking out over to here as well. And then we've got the basalt. This is a pain because you have to place this a block at a time, because as soon as you try to run and place it in a row, the basalt will automatically, you know, get turned the other way because it's one of those blocks you can do directionally. So it gets a little bit irritating, but we've got a lot of stuff in here. I've got to dig out these walls and replace the walls and stuff yet, but this goes about 1,600 blocks, or wait, no. Yeah, about 1,600 blocks in that direction before it then turns and has to go another 1,000 blocks to get over to our new base area. Brace area. Words are hard. But we've got tons of ice. I've got to probably actually mine more ice because this won't be nearly enough. And then, of course, we've got our color palette in here that I've been utilizing for this as well. And we're going to need a lot more gilded blackstone for sure because you're talking we're chucking in 1 to 2 blocks of it every time we have a light. And I meant to do this instead of doing the torches, which are just evenly spaced. I actually did this intentionally where the blocks are a little bit offset. We've got some lighting in the ceiling as well, but I didn't want this to look like, you know, I didn't want it to be just whatever, you know. I wanted it to look a little bit rougher, and of course we've got just the different block types and block variations chucked in here. This is going to be the bottleneck though, I think, in terms of finishing this tunnel. So this tunnel is going to get completed in sections as I go back to the Nether and mine out bastions and take more and more of the gilded blackstone out. That's just going to be one of those things, but it'll allow us to save blackstone for other projects, which of course we will definitely be using a lot of it in the future. And I mean, we have some, and we already do have a full shulker box full of it in that one here, but we don't have a ton of all these different block variations yet, but we will. So that's the tunnel there. Let me show you guys some of the other fun stuff that we've been working on out here. And almost everything is isolated out to the quote-unquote home building, my main home on this island. But we actually did some work down here. Hey, Steve Dave. This is Steve Dave, ladies and gentlemen. He converts my villagers for me into zombies so I can then cure them. But I actually opened this up here, so I had to add a second beacon. And to add that second beacon, I actually decided to expand the stone brick block palette out into this area. You see, I did reutilize, because this is, remember, where the old trading hall was for my stonemasons. I still utilized the terracotta bits in here and just kind of chucked them in at random. And, you know, then we just have stone brick kind of bleeding into the area. I decided to use shroom lights behind this grass. I think it makes for a nice, like, there's like a almost unearthly kind of glow behind there. That was actually a suggestion from someone in my stream, so thank you very much. If you guys have not been catching me over on stream, that's where I've been doing a lot of this work. I've done a lot of this stuff right live in stream, so head over to twitch.tv/epicfilm, guys. The link's down in the description, and you guys can catch me when I stream. There's a stream schedule over there and everything, and then I stream other random stuff like stream games. We stream our podcast. Lots and lots of stuff, so make sure you guys head over there and take advantage of that. But again, we added a second beacon over here, and this is where we're getting our speed boost from. There's an underwater lake here. That's why there's a big glass wall here. And yeah, we just kind of followed the same exact color palette of the first one that we had. So now we have a purple beacon beam coming up on either side of our home building. There's a little bit of lava down there. And I widened this out because the other one, we'll head over there now. I got to take a wide berth around him because if he hits me, my thorns will hit him and he might die, because I've accidentally done that a couple of times already. Oops. But we widened this out. I left some of these chunks sitting out here. Let me know what you guys think of these chunks of blocks just kind of sitting outside of the normal thing. I think it gives it a lot of depth. I like the depth that it adds to it, because it's the same thing that I did here a long time ago coming down the stairwell, and I'm kind of becoming a really big fan of it. But we fixed this beacon room in here. We just added the shroom lights in here. We had trapdoors in here once upon a time. I actually removed those, got those out of here. We widened out the doorway. This used to only be one wide, and it just felt too confined and too constricted, especially as wide as all the pathways are in the rest of the base. And then this is a big one here. So you guys will remember, we used to have all those slimes despawned. That's cool. We used to have a sea lantern, and then we used to have iron bars coming down, and I said, what if we use these new soulfire lanterns and kind of throw these guys in here instead? So you can't really get the full effect unless you fly down this corridor, and then it is just amazing. It looks incredible. I love these blocks so much. I tried to link up this nether portal. It was a comedy of errors, so I actually removed this nether portal. This tunnel is going to continue at some point in the future. I don't know when. It might lead to another trading hall. I need to build a couple more of them. Not with stonemasons necessarily, but with other types of villagers. I also need to find a way to cure these guys, or to zombify, I should say, and then cure these guys. But I haven't really figured that out yet. I think the best path probably would be to dig a tunnel that goes right behind them all the way down, and just only leave a 1 block gap so they can't get out, but then like make it so the zombie can get to the, I don't know, something like that. I haven't figured it out exactly yet. But yeah, we removed the sea lantern. The sea lantern's actually up in behind the lights now because it makes it too dark up there if you remove the sea lanterns. So we put the sea lanterns in up behind the stairs right there. We replaced the sea lantern with a quartz block that's inset, and then we used some chains to hang some soulfire lanterns. And I mean, again, this just looks incredible. This just adds so much more life to this. The lighting wasn't my favorite solution to this hallway. I do love this hallway. I really, really love the design, but I just don't feel like the lighting portion of it ever worked fine. Now, most of the lighting, truth be told, is coming from here. And that's fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. But I just wasn't happy with the way that the ceiling looked with the lights. Now I am very, very happy with it. That looks absolutely amazing. So the tour is not over yet, guys. I've been busy. I know it's been 3 weeks since the last video, but this is why, because I've been so busy working on so many different things. I've also been naming cats after people in my chat on stream, so if you want to be named after a cat, come and hang out in my stream, just like Velik. But this is another area that we have been working on. You can see, again, with the chains, we've been replacing a lot of the things, like these fence posts, which had been used as the lighting fixtures in here, hanging down and holding lanterns. I replaced it with chains holding lanterns at different heights because I think it looks really, really, really cool. And we did the same thing with this stone feature in the middle here. That is now also being held up by chains. And we finished the library. We actually extended everything all the way up to the ceiling. I added a rim of wood, of just logs, up around the top because I wanted something a little bit darker. I didn't want books to go all the way to the ceiling. We added another one of these shelves, which I really love. I need to get some gold armor to put on that one. That's why that one doesn't have any kind of armor on it yet or anything. But yeah, we chucked in some more stuff here. Got like a, bunch of different random workbenches and all sorts of stuff in here. But the library is officially done. And I thought I had added these trapdoors going up the sides here. I thought those looked really cool. And I want to add some color over here. I need to get a couple splashes of color. So let me know what you guys think about getting some color splashes over here. We've got like these corners and we've got like the end of the hallway here where we could stick some stuff in here. But obviously we just chucked a couple of couches in here with a nice coffee table. But I was thinking is we could change the design of the couch. We could make the couch blocks back here. We could make these full blocks. This is actually something I saw Vintage Beef do in one of his more recent episodes of Hermitcraft. But I thought we could do something like we could come in here and we could get rid of these and we could replace these with full blocks and then replace these with slabs. And it makes it look like a more fluffy kind of sofa. That is one solution because we could use wool and we could definitely make it look lots and lots and lots bigger. If we use something like the cyan wool or something, we could even use the wood slabs, maybe, from the warped stem, I believe that is. Yeah, the warped stem. So that would look really, really cool. I'd be down with that. So yeah, that is our library done and dusted, guys. I actually think this is probably what we're going to do as our screenshot. So let's go ahead and grab that right now while we're at it, huh? Now, we have the bedroom here, which I still need a better solution for this. I'm thinking this is just going to have to become decorative, and I'm just going to have a sleeping bed somewhere else, because I moved the beds into... Ooh. What the... Conduit power, maybe? I don't know. There's a couple of beds in here now. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can't sleep on beds when there's carpet over top of them anymore because the bed's obstructed. The game doesn't let you anymore. And I added a couple of armor stands up here because I figured why not? I think this is also maybe where I'm going to add a kitchen, or maybe there'll be another living area up here, or maybe we'll add, I don't know, something else. I would maybe thinking about some target blocks and some armor stands holding bows or something like that, shooting arrows. Be something cool like that. I don't necessarily know. But that's our bedroom, and then we go upstairs to the entrance, which is now covered. We've got a jelly. We've got another jelly that I have over here, and then there's Purpleologist, one of my new Twitch subscribers. So thank you very much, Purpleologist. But yeah, so we have to do something with the main entrance of the building here. I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe we could stick a kitchen in here if I don't end up sticking one downstairs somewhere. We could stick some kind of kitchen in here, or we could stick a lot of different things in here, really. And then we need to figure out where to put a landing bay up top. So this is the new top of the structure. This will be the final roof. I'd never added anything else on top of this because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But now it follows the same design as the floors on the other, the middle and the bottom. It is the same. And I need to put something underneath this to brace it. I'm thinking some kind of wood. I'm thinking maybe dark oak logs, because that's what these are. Those are dark oak. So I'm thinking something like that. But we finally got the top of that in there. We need to get a roof on it, and I want to put a landing bay in there, because obviously we're not going to be landing through the roof anymore. We're going to need something to fly through and to land on it, or in it, or whatever. So that's definitely still a concern. So we've got so many more things to do out here, like literally tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of projects. But I'm proud and happy that I've actually gotten some progress done on this stuff, because you guys know that I'm so terrible at ever getting any of this stuff done in the game. I'm really, really, really bad at it. So I'm really glad that we came back here and we've been incorporating some of the new nether blocks, and we've been doing a lot of that stuff to, make, what would be really cool if I use blackstone or blackstone brick or something like that, or polished blackstone to make my kitchen appliances, like, ooh, all black kitchen appliances. Oh, how cool would that be? That would be amazing. But we are going to get this video published, since you guys have been waiting for weeks now for more content. So I do apologize again, but I have been very, very busy. But I have been managing again to get over on stream and get some of this work done live. So make sure you head over on stream to twitch.tv/epicfilm, guys, and make sure you follow the channel so you can be notified when I go live. You can find all the other important links down in the description of this video. Please make sure you hit that like button if you like the content. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on whenever I do upload a new video. And guys, you know what I'm going to say. Ring that bell. You know it. Ring that bell, guys, so that way you can be notified whenever I go live. I think that was my last rocket. Oh, no. We got to add another one into my hand. There we go. But I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. Thank you so much for all of your amazing support. And I will catch you in the next episode of Tritoncraft, when we're going to start on that iron farm. Bye-bye.